coming out. This is going to be our content creation panel. So to my left, we have Jesse Cox.
Hi, everyone. Hello. Hi, everyone over there can't see me.
Swanky Box and Wade.
Hello. How's it going?
Woo!
And then Elentori.
What's up?
So we all do kind of, I guess, a variety of things. We're all associated with games, and obviously you do art streaming,
yep.
let's plays plus a multitude of things.
Too much is the answer.
And I do like game theory-esque content. But yeah, that's all I got. That was very impromptu, and I don't know.
Thanks for coming, guys.
Yeah, that's it.
We're done.
All right.
All right, see you
Bye,
guys next week.
45 minutes or less. They didn't give us a minimum, so.
Yeah, where do you guys want to start? Where do we start in the world of content creation?
Well, it all began in 2004 with, I don't know, was that even the right year for YouTube? When did YouTube appear?
2005.
YouTube.
Okay, never mind. 2005.
I'm going to take you back even earlier.
Oh.
2001.
Is it?
Anime music videos, amv.org.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Listen, this is the second time that I've been called out for my lack of anime knowledge.
I'm letting y'all know. Go there. There exists my very first video I ever made. It is bad. So, there you go. Enjoy that. Look it up. The beginning of it literally starts out like, to the RPG club. Like, there's a dedication, and it's like 2 minutes long, and then the video starts. It's terrible. It's bad.
Good old days.
I wish I'd started my first video out like, this is for my mom, the only person that'll watch this video. Thank you, Mom, for changing my diaper.
I think
That'd be good, though. That's like sweet.
I guess so. RPG Club can be sweet.
It was not.
Okay. Were you like calling them out like, this is the RPG Club? Screw you.
No, I didn't call. I was just kissing their ass because I wanted to be like in with them. The RPG Club. They don't exist anymore. But in 2001, it was like, those guys get it.
But you do. So are you like still doing that in your videos? Like, so I'm around. I'm Jesse Cox, RPG Club. Where you at?
Maybe
Called me. Maybe you should have.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is now. My entire career is based off of just like hatred towards them. I finally showed them.
Spite's an excellent
It's
motivator.
like that. I don't know his names. I'm gonna sound stupid here. Toby Maguire. Or How Do You Like Me Now? Is that the guy who sings that? Toby
Maguire?
Keith? Toby Keith? Is that his name?
I like the Toby
Spider-Man singing country songs.
Was that scene where he's walking on the street in like the black outfit?
Yeah.
And he's like,
Yes.
How do you like me now?
Whoops. Oh, okay. How about someone else talks for a while?
the first videos I made on YouTube were actually, I think, Mugen videos. Does anyone play Mugen? So for those who don't know who Mugen is, it is the most incredible fighting program ever made. So it's an open source, basically just brawler. So you can basically import characters, and people take characters from other games. So I started off doing Mugen videos back when YouTube first came out. And then my first live action video I ever did was a spoof of a spoof. And it was, anyone see the David Blaine Street Magic video?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I was obsessed with that. And our friends are like, we can do this, no problem. So we grab a camera. We didn't even know how to edit. So we just did it all in one take. When someone had to get out of the shot, we're like have them hide underneath tables, and like, it was immaculate. And then we took it offline because it was horrible.
I didn't make videos when I was younger, actually. So I just watched them.
You've always been the same age. You've never been younger than you are
No.
today.
That's
fascinating.
It just came into existence.
Like
Actually,
a
I made my
muse.
first AMV ever like a month ago. But it was.
What
for
was it
Voltron.
about?
It was to Voltron.
That's a solid entry into the AMV
It was
world.
good stuff.
Did you shout out somebody or put somebody down in the video?
I should have.
Yeah,
Apparently,
I
I didn't do it right.
Yeah, I didn't either. I wish I'd known.
That's our number
Just
one
everybody
tip
who let
today.
me down.
Yeah, if you're gonna make a video, spite somebody.
Do it out of spite.
Yeah, that's how you grow on YouTube. Fill yourself with hatred. There's a dark side panel today.
We're into the truth of content creation.
We're all bitter and petty inside. Take that, 8th grade math teacher who told me I'd never amount to anything.
That's right, I'm making videos now.
Take your Pythagorean theorem.
Although I feel like the math teacher wouldn't care. The math teacher would be like, that has nothing to do with math.
The only math
I was
teacher I
trying to inspire
remember
you.
was one who the very first day of class wrote some really strange formula on the board, and they're like, "Can anybody solve this?" And we're all like, so he goes up there and he's like hiding what he's writing, and it ended up being like the square root of all evil was women or something. Like that was what he was solving, and we were like, "This is gonna be a long year, isn't it?" Like, woo doggy. We said woo doggy in my hometown. Is that common up here?
Speaking of bitter, that teacher. He was
I
having
just
a
at
rough
a friend's
time.
house, and my friend's parents were teachers at the same school, and he was actually over at the house when I went over there upstairs. And I didn't say anything to him. I was like, "Oh, square root of all evil is women guy. Like I remember you."
That's the one lesson that he got through to you in all of his years of teaching.
Well, it's not like I believe that it was true. It was just like that's the thing that stuck out about him. Yeah.
So I'm confused. Was this like an intervention? Did you walk upstairs and the lights clicked on and he was like sitting on the couch?
I hear you don't think women are evil. I've come to teach you. No.
I need to see this theorem, this algorithm. Like,
I don't even know if it was.
how does that end up that way?
So
What if it was just a bunch of
was-
numbers, and then at the end it was like women are evil? Like what?
I'm pretty sure what it was is like instead of numbers, it was all letters, and so it
Yeah.
broke down to like the simplest form. Ended up being just square root of all evil, like EVIL, where I was probably like some little denominator, and who knows.
Nothing
what.
like alienating half your class the first day of school.
No.
Hey, ladies, you're all evil, right, fellas? And everyone's like, what?
I guess he was a jokester, but just it didn't come off the right way on the first day.
That is not a first day joke.
No.
That might not be an ever joke.
It made an impression, though. You still remember.
Yeah. I was like, if I ever become a
Not a
math
good one,
teacher, this
but-
is not the way to go about it. So content creation.
If you can't set a good example, then be a dire warning.
Spite people and split your audience right off the bat.
right off the bat.
Like, hey, I'm Bill, and this is my political party. Also, I hate this. And screw you, math club. There you go. That's how you get going.
But shout out to the RPG club.
Shout out to RPG Club,
But if
wherever
you're
you're
still
at.
there,
Wherever
I'm
you at, I
still
know you up
waiting
there,
for your
RPG
call.
Club.
I don't know. Do you guys have anything? We can open up to questions if we don't want to ramble on about
I mean,
our
maybe-
bitterness.
I
If
mean,
it's the panel's like specific on streaming, right? Like we could start on how we started streaming.
I just
or,
showed
like-
up. I don't know what it's about.
yeah, I think
That's fair.
I think the
the
best-
pamphlet said something about
the best way to start is just by doing, right? I know a lot of people are just like, I don't even know where to start. Like, how do I even do this? Where do I even begin? If you're on YouTube or you're on Twitch or wherever the hell you want to stream, if you know wherever you're doing whatever you're doing, start. And I think everyone here had that moment where we were just like, let's make a thing.
Yeah.
And even if it was garbage, at the time it was a lot of fun to do, and it was an experience. And then at that point, you just kept doing it to the point where now it's a job, and it's more than something you love. It's a paycheck. And so you're just
Well, it was till the adpocalypse.
right. And now we're all screwed. Yeah.
Now we're all looking to become math
This
teachers.
panel was already demonetized.
but it's it's the idea of just doing it. I think a lot of people forget that most of us in the internet world started with just we were bored one day, or we were inspired by someone else, and we're like, well, I could do that. If that idiot can do it, I can do that. And
I
then
had that thought, but it wasn't really inspiration. It was more like, well, if Mark's doing this, I mean, anyone can.
that's it's in
Spite.
Yeah. Full circle.
Anger.
yeah, and in the earlier panel, I was telling people that I'll never forget. My friend Gerard and I were hanging out one day, and a video popped up. And we were like, "Who the hell is this guy?" We started watching it. We're like, "Oh my god, it's like American PewDiePie. He's gonna blow up." It was the very first video Mark ever made,
Oh, really?
and we were just like,
was
"This
that
guy's
an
this guy."
amnesia video?
We were like, "This guy's gonna
It's
explode."
like with the text popping up and stuff.
Well, yeah, his voice. Like, I've talked to him. He doesn't sound that way in person. I don't know what it is. When he recorded his voice, it sounded like butter. In person, it was just like, whatever.
Hi everyone, it's me.
Yeah. Well, he never talked. Mark was such a shy person. Like a lot of people that do YouTube or watch YouTube have like this idea in their mind that everyone else is really outgoing. But most YouTubers really aren't. Like streamers and YouTubers, a lot of them start because they're by themselves and they don't have to interact with people right away.
That's absolutely true.
I mean, Mark was that person. Like I knew him for like 10 years, and he maybe said 5 words, and he like looked at his feet when he talked. I mean, he wasn't Mr. like he is now. Like now he's comfortable, too comfortable. It's creepy. But yeah, back then it's like he never said a word. So whenever I watched his video, it was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, ladies." It's like, oh my god, he sounds like an announcer. Like why doesn't he sound like this in person? And I realized because he didn't talk because he was a shy person. So you don't have to be outgoing to do it either. It's something you develop over time. I've always been a talkative idiot, but not everyone has. I'm like the exception.
I think the other thing too is like everyone who started creating was at the ground level. Like so even someone like I had a professional video background. I took my first YouTube videos, actually got a degree in video production. My first videos were still crap because I wasn't designing or creating my videos.
You were a philosophy major.
Yeah, I wasn't a philosophy major. But the thing is, like, you just create because you love to create. Like, you're gonna build these skills. Obviously, Mark became way more passionate in front of the camera by doing it. Even though he, like, as soon as that camera clicked off, he was probably like, "Ugh," and retreated back to his bed. Like, I mean, the thing is, like,
He crawled back underneath.
I mean, like, introverts, like, it can be draining. But like, I think you just create because you want to. Like, so many people don't start because they're so afraid that, like, oh, my first video is not gonna be the best. Like, even if you are amazing at video production or whatever, when you put yourself out there, like, it's a totally different world, and you just have to be okay. Like, and I quickly adopted this trait where, like, I was a perfectionist, and I was so worried that my videos had to be perfect that I would spend my tons of hours trying to get them to like 99% perfect, when in reality it's like at 70% they would have been fine. Like, you get to 70% happy with something and you ship it out the door, because my philosophy is, because I make long form content, that the time I spent worrying about how much better this video could be, I could be halfway through my next video. So you just create because you want to create. You don't let things like doubt and all these other things stop you, which obviously me saying that is like, that's the biggest thing, but put yourself out there. You will grow with each experience. And really no one up here had any sort of plan. Like, I mean, really think about it. Like, you have an idea, you have an aspiration to do something.
I was gonna go to law school. Does that count?
Well, so YouTube plan. Like, I'm sure all of us were doing different things. You said you were a teacher earlier.
Yeah.
So like, we just sort of, oh, this worked. How can I build up on that? It's like building blocks. You're like building this giant Lego statue, and the blocks in the middle don't matter. You use like the ugly colored ones, because in the end, you're eventually going to cover those up with like the cool ones. So think of it as building a statue out of Legos.
So wait, are you saying we're supposed to get better over time?
Well,
the
some of
idea.
us.
Oh boy. Oh. Am I supposed to be on this panel?
Mine's different because I actually don't make videos. My introduction into streaming in general was live streaming. I literally Googled how to live stream and just went for it. But obviously I'm an artist, so I'm kind of different here, as I stream art, and I was already doing art for career as like a concept artist. And for me, streaming was more of a way for me to try to interact with my community more, like through Tumblr and Instagram and everything. I wanted to, because I saw another artist streaming, and I thought it was fascinating that I was watching this person create something and talk to their chat in real life. I was like, I want to do that. But I literally just Googled it and downloaded all the software, broke my computer, and then realized Livestream had a cap of like 50 people and had to move over to like Picardo. And now I'm here on Twitch, which is fantastic. But I don't make videos. Well, now sometimes I turn my live streams into videos, but I was also extremely shy. Actually, I'm very, very introverted. And streaming is a good way. Like, you don't have to be an extrovert to stream. You just have to kind of be genuine. Like, people have the most fun in streams where people are funny in themselves, but if you try to be someone you're not, people can usually tell. So just realize that the people there are watching you because they want to be there and they like something about what you're doing. Appreciate them and have fun. And it just kind of snowballs from there. But yeah.
That's cool. See, I don't know that many people that streamed first. Most people I know did content creation first, then went to streaming. So I've not heard a whole lot about the streaming first background.
It's kind of terrifying, honestly.
Yeah, I can imagine. It's like a video. It's like a lot. I know there's so many people that come up to me, they're like, hey, I want to be a YouTuber, and I've actually made videos, but then I watched it and I tried to edit and it was so bad I just deleted it, and I've done it like 6 times and I keep deleting it. It's like, well, that's an option, but if you
Still going
stream,
back.
if you stream, that's the scary
You
part
live
about
with
streaming.
your mistakes. It's like Twitter. There's no edit.
I'm still to this day a little bit more nervous streaming than whenever I'm on YouTube, because it's like if I drool on a stream, it's out there. Like,
Yeah.
I can't beg my editor to cut it out anymore. I can't edit that
But on
out.
Twitch, people can clip whatever they want.
Yeah.
So after every stream, there's just hundreds
I've
of
had a few friends had some embarrassing moments that have been clipped that I've watched over and over again on repeat.
I love that though. Maybe I guess I don't know. I like the idea of live stuff more.
Yeah.
Videos are great, and I like that you can make a thing and then shut down.
Yeah.
Like, I made a video and now I'm gonna go watch TV or something.
Yeah.
But when you live stream, I think the energy of interacting with people is just a different level.
It
Oh,
is.
yeah.
And so I think some of my best stuff is live streaming things.
Yeah.
But with that said, you're absolutely right. That's when you make weird noises or say something strange and people are like,
Yeah,
clipped.
that Taco Bell's gone through and like a weird noise comes on camera. It's like, oh, that was the cat. Oh boy.
No, I'd be like, that was thanks to Taco Bell. Taco Bell.
Shout out to Taco Bell.
Yeah, it's just, I guess, how you react to it. But, I mean, going back to everyone starting somewhere, yesterday, 2 days ago, one of the cosplayers that I follow, who is amazing, the Aloy she just did was, like, on point. I'm sure everyone's seen that picture by now. It's the one with, like, the metal costume. It's really cool. She posted a thing that was like, here's me in 2014, and it's the jankiest, weirdest. She's like, I've been doing this every day for 3 years, and this is what it looks like now. And this is what I used to do. And it's just that process of keep doing it.
Huh. Again with the getting better thing.
Yeah. I feel like you've gotten better,
No, I hired an editor. It just looks better.
but you knew enough that you would never improve.
I knew that I wasn't
Yeah.
getting better.
Yes.
So
You outsourced the getting
had to
better to
bring
someone
help.
else. Yeah.
I feel like in your if I remember correctly, in your million subscriber video, you start off with your first video, right?
It's actually Mark's video.
Oh, it's
So the
Mark's,
first
yeah,
video I
yeah.
ever appeared in was Mark's Drunk Minecraft series. So I told him, I was like, hey, I'm stealing your content for my million subscriber video. He's like,
Yeah.
all right.
It was like an ASMR video. He's like, "Hey guys, I'm Lord Minion." Like I feel like
ASMR of noises that I make.
It's just like you going around the microphone. Hey guys, I'm over here now, and I'm coming over here and I'm talking. Yo, shout out to ASMR. Man, I want one of those microphones with the ears.
Is that a group too? Just like I know what ASMR is, but there's an ASMR group that you're trying to join. Is that what we're shouting
I
about?
want to now.
ASMR club. If you're
Their
out-
microphones
If you're out
have
there, we want
ears.
if you're there, I can do that more if you'd like.
I need a plastic bag.
That's a 5 million video right there.
Yeah.
That is
A 5 million what? We don't know, but a $5
$1
million
million
something.
dollar
$5
video.
million video.
Give us money.
We're really just here for money
Yeah.
today.
He's connecting
We
donations
have
at the
a
door.
pan going around at the end. Just walks around with this hat. You know, we did that once at Kings Island. We went around and we bought two of those like lightsaber swords that they sell, and we took them apart and we sat there drumming by the exits like at the end of the night. So as the fireworks were going off, we were just sitting there drumming on the ground with our like $20 lightsaber swords. And we were like, someone was walking around with a hat. We made like $6. We spent $40 to make $6, but theoretically, if we kept doing it, we might have come out ahead eventually. But it was like 14-year-old me's idea of making a buck, spending $40 on lightsaber swords, and
You were right to hire an editor.
yeah. I've got Molly now, and Molly helps me make better decisions too. Cause I'm like, hey, I'm gonna do this. She's like, no, you're not. It's like, all right, that's good. Good thinking. Yeah. Okay, well, that's all I got. Anything else, or we want to open it up to them?
We could just open it up.
Yeah. Do you have any questions about?
Good questions, specifically.
I don't need good ones.
You'll be judged based on your question.
I will not judge you.
I hope not.
No,
We'll say it's recorded.
keeping
if
those
they'll get
in.
you to ask.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a microphone right there.
Is this live or is this recorded?
It's
Yes.
All right, so you're like covered up with Legos, right?
Yeah, every day.
Wade's all like, maybe covering up. Honestly, is that the best policy? Is just throw it out there. I got something recorded. I got stuff I recorded 6 months ago. Should I put it out there just to get it out, get over that hump, and go, well, that's done. Let me go on to the next one.
Yeah, it's as simple as that. Like, real talk, you will never, if you do not like looking at yourself or you not like hearing yourself, nothing will ever change that ever. You will always be that way. To this day, I still can't hear, I hate my voice. I hear it, I'm like, who is this, like, hello everyone, it's me, Jessica. Like, I hate it. I hate it. There's nothing that's going to change that. And so I think that just do it. Like, just push it out. And here's the one thing, don't expect people to give a damn.
Just do
Like,
it.
that's what it's about. I think a lot of people are like, what if no one watches it? No one's going to watch it at first. Like at the beginning, no one's going to care. It is by being consistent and keep doing it, and by improving and growing over time, and having like a fan base that you nourish, and like the 3 people who do show up, thank those 3 people.
Right. Okay, since there's nobody else, I'll go ahead and do a second question. That leads me, though, is I've got all these that I've put out and nobody gave a damn about. Now you're huge. Does anybody dig up that crappy old video?
All the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But not in a negative way either. Like a lot of people will see like they'll find a creator and they want to see that creator's journey. So they'll go back to that first video, and I think that's actually inspiring because you'll stumble
inspiring.
up. Yeah, you'll see like, wow, that was a great video. And you go back, I'm like, oh, what was that? So I think like as a creator, when you're starting out, like check the old videos. You know, I didn't I removed my old videos because they were like not even on an account it was associated with. But like my first actual videos of giving YouTube a whirl underneath Swanky Box and what I was doing, they're still up. My voiceover is atrocious. Like I've always had speech impediments and stuff like that. It took me a long time to actually train to actually talk normally, and I wanted to do everything in segments too. So like my voiceovers are like weirdly spaced out, but that's okay because I eventually became comfortable with that.
My first video is me apologizing for not having videos.
What?
My first video, I like made my channel and people were subscribed. There were like 2,000 people subscribed from watching Drunk Minecraft. I hadn't posted anything. I had just made that YouTube account. Like Lord Minion 777 was never meant to be a YouTube channel. It was just so like that Wade Barnes wasn't commenting on Mark's videos. So I was like, let's make up something crappy that no one will ever find me on. Well,
About that.
yeah, mistakes were made. So after people found it were subscribing, I felt bad. So my first video is there's no thumbnail. It's me looking like that's the thumbnail, and it's just called like hello and welcome, and it's like, hey guys, I just wanted to tell you why there's no videos on the channel yet. It turns out I'm an idiot and my computer's not great and I suck and and I smell really bad and I don't know. Let me ramble for 10 minutes about why there's no content, but there will be soon. Like, yeah, it's very uninspired. Molly had she watched Drunk Minecraft, and I was with her before I started my actual channel. And so Drunk Minecraft, obviously, I was a little inebriated when we recorded, so I guess I cut loose. But whenever I was by myself, like recording on camera and like had no one to fall back on, because when you're recording with friends, it's really easy to bounce off. And whenever you're like all kind of energetic and it's like hard to get word in edgewise, it's a lot easier to keep things flowing than when you're by yourself. Because like when you first start and you don't just ramble on and on like I can now, you like take a moment to think, and it's like, oh god, that 2 seconds of pause is so awkward. I can't have like awkward moments. I got to keep talking, and it's just really uncomfortable. And that gets easier over time. But yeah, my first video is like Molly was like, "What's wrong with you? This isn't you. Like you're not yourself at all in these." I was like, "Yeah, this is great. What do you mean? This is like my A content. It doesn't get any better than this." I went back and watched that video like a month ago, and I got 3 minutes in, and I was like, "I'm unsubscribing from myself. This is awful. This is the worst."
I would say as long as you're happy with the content itself, like if you're like, I don't like my voice or whatever, then I'd say that's just something you kind of gotta YOLO swag over. But if you're happy with the content itself, then go ahead and push it out there. Like if for any reason you're like, I don't think this video should be on the internet, I don't like what you're making, but then maybe not that. But
I don't listen to that at all. None of mine should be on the internet, but I left them on.
Well, I was going to say, having the different opinion, we've got the recorded, and then we've got the
Yeah.
live. It's just there.
I mean, all my stuff, yeah, and
She's talented, though. I mean, we don't have that. She does artwork. We talk.
and people still dig up old art too. Be like, hey, I found your The Otaku account, and I'm like, that's still active. And they're just like, found your Naruto fan arts. So just like, let's burn those.
Go on. Where is that at?
Nowhere.
Her first account was called Hentai Senpai. Don't look that up.
How was that not taken?
How is,
I don't know. It will be now.
how is
Somebody
that spelled?
out there with their phone
Hentai
right now is like,
Senpai.
777.
777.
it's my secret art account.
It's for good luck.
I'm just wearing a blonde wig, still have the beard and everything.
It's like a
Why a
Scooby-Doo
blonde?
disguise.
What?
Just trying to be incognito with my art
Ah,
account.
all right. Yeah.
Okay, let's be honest. Who here likes, if you want to come up to the microphone so we can hear you better if you have a question, but who here likes the sound of their own voice? Like, anybody? Does anyone?
Liar.
Yeah, liar.
Joking.
I've grown to be all right with
Well, hold on. Whoa. You like the sound of your own voice? Say something into the microphone. Me? Yeah. Oh, God, your voice is good.
Yeah.
You have it.
You're good.
Oh, I didn't even need need to hear in the microphone to be like,
Elvis,
you know,
honestly.
he's right. No, he's right.
My heart stopped for a second.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, okay. Never mind, you win.
Hello. I actually found, I believe this is the equation that you're talking about from your math teacher.
Oh no.
It was like, so pretty much.
What's on the dark
Well,
web?
hold on. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. Time out.
Are you in the
Time
dark?
out. How long have we been going? Have you been doing that the entire time?
Wait, what?
He's in the dark web right now.
Yeah, where did you go to find this information?
Wade'sOldMathClass.com.
I don't know. It's women equals time and money. And as we all know, time is money. So it's women equals money times money. Wait, hang on. Women is
What?
equal to money times time. So that's money squared. We all know that money is the root of all evil. So the square root of evil squared equals women. So therefore, women are evil.
Yeah, the math checks out.
It was a sound. It was sound math. I
Wait,
didn't-
hold on. Hold on. Are you that teacher? Like,
Wait, hold on. Take off the wig.
I've come to avenge myself.
Now the RPG club will notice me. What?
It's all been a ruse.
Elentori, how are your cats?
They're fantastic.
I saw the video of Nico playing on the
He's so
tablet,
cute.
and that was something that cheered up through the week of having to
Dude, Nix went viral yesterday. Nix is on Twitter. Nix has like 50,000 likes on Twitter. What? My cats are doing great. They're more popular than I am now.
That's the way it goes.
I'm just.
There's like a stream that is just ducks playing.
That sounds like a great
And like
stream.
I stream, and I get a lot of people to stream whenever I stream. I'm really happy with it. But Molly, was it you, Molly, that showed me the duck stream? Someone showed me this duck stream. There were like 3,000 people watching at 4 a.m. and it was just literally like 6 ducks walking around. And it was like I could spend $100 on 6 ducks and have it made for life and not have to do anything but feed them.
I would love to see like one of those like streams like rate a chat. Just like all the people who are up at like 5 in the morning
Ducks.
watching cats and ducks just like show up and like just silence. Like you get a spike of like 4,000 people and like no one's talking.
No one says a word.
Apparently, if Duckstream rated you, that'd be as big as like Bob Ross rated
Yeah.
you or something. Like, that's big time.
Or they just post a single duck emoticon, and that's it.
They have access to 5 million emoticons, but they only made
Just
the one.
I do have a question. Sorry, I didn't know it.
Go ahead.
Hey. So I don't know what I'm so sorry, I'm terrible with names. I believe it's Jesse and Wade. I don't know what content you create, and I do apologize. But what percentage would you say is inspiration versus just continually producing work and what your content is and how that affects the content you create? Sorry.
Again with the math. I mean,
No, well, no, I think a lot of people, I mean, me personally, I fall under the inspiration category, like 99.9%. Whatever I see that suits my fancy, I'm like, I'm messing with that. But I know a lot of people get caught up in the sort of chase of what's popular.
yeah.
And so they're like, well, I'm only going to do this because that's what's, this Tuesday, this game comes out, and I'm only going to play that because that's what's popular. It's smart doing that. Like, if you want to go into it for making the most money possible, that's probably the smartest route to do it.
It takes a strong mind to do. I mean, when I first started YouTube, I had no idea what I was doing. I honestly did it out of guilt of people subscribing, and I just like, people subscribed, I owe them content. Like, that was my mindset, which probably isn't the healthiest in the world. So I started doing like horror games and Minecraft, and I've enjoyed Minecraft. Horror games I absolutely dread. I do it because people like watching me do them. But I've kind of cut back, and I tried the game for a little bit. There was like a solid year or two where I was trying like FNAF's coming out tomorrow, I better jump on it. XYZ game's coming, I better jump on it. And my channel got some growth from it, but I wasn't having fun.
That's what it is.
Yeah,
You don't have fun.
It wasn't for me. So like, if you watch my channel now, my editor will get on me because I've not done a whole lot of single player content in a while, but there's not been anything that's jumped out at me that I've wanted to do. But I play with my friends a lot. Like, I do a lot of Uno and Gang Beasts, and whenever Mark and Bob and Jack and I play PUBG or whatever else, like, I enjoy the camaraderie of playing with friends, and sometimes I enjoy raging, but not often. But they always like to make me angry. I don't know. But I don't know. I've stopped playing the game like, there's a lot of games that have come out that I'm like, no, I'm not going to do it. So I mean, if you have the willpower and you enjoy jumping on the new train, like if that's what gets you going, that's fine. But I would say I tried that for a while and it didn't work for me. And I've stunted my own growth quite a bit by stopping playing the game, but I'm a lot happier doing what I'm doing now, which is why I'm doing things with friends.
I think a balance is good. Even with
Yeah, true.
art, like, obviously mine's mostly creation inspired because I've got to
Hentai
draw.
Senpai.
Hentai Senpai's got to come back one day. But,
How
It's
can we
like
make
I'm-
that happen starting today?
should I make the Twitter right now? No.
We'll wait.
Someone out there's already claimed it.
Yeah, it's too late.
Him right there, he's made it. He's like, got it.
Ready to go.
I like how we believe it hasn't been a Twitter account for years.
It has to be.
That was one of the
right?
first
Probably.
ones.
I'm afraid to search for it. But I got yeah, it's got
Screw it, I'll do it.
But there's, I think, a healthy balance between if you do want to get noticed or bring in views. Like for me as an art, like it's a little harder, especially streaming on Twitch, to compete against the game streamers, obviously, because everyone goes to Twitch to dump into a game stream. So as a creative channel, I have to balance drawing content people want to see for like popular fandoms. That usually brings in views. Like League art will draw people in. My Hero Academia is pretty popular now, and that will both pull people into streams and generate more stuff online. But if I'm not always in the mood to draw stuff like that, so it's kind of a balance of just, you got to be happy, but if you are really concerned about growing, especially at first, I think it would matter more when you're little and not as popular to pay attention to what's popular, see
Right.
what other people are doing that's popular and successful, and you don't want to copy them, but see what they're doing that works, see what they're doing that's not working for like videos or art or whatever. And after you kind of get over that hump of nobody knows who I am, then you can start sliding more original stuff in. Like I'm at the point now with my art where I've even just been throwing OCs and everything into the mix because I now have the audience that these OCs won't just completely fly under the radar. So you kind of got to build up, and then you can pick and choose what you want to do.
I think inspiration is the most important thing, because if you are foregoing that, then one, you'll be unhappy when you're creating stuff. But two, if you're doing things that you're actually not passionate about, you can change the direction of your channel by digging yourself in, or basically dig yourself into a hole, because people will be like, oh, I expect this person to upload FNAF, Five Nights at Freddy's. And they come, so, you may have been a different channel at first, but if you keep doing the same category, then your fan base is going to be built upon that one category. And there's a lot of channels that have that problem. I had that problem. I had monumental success with Undertale because I knew it was going to blow up. And I rode that train too far, even though like I had all the ideas, like I came up with all the ideas at the same time. I definitely learned that it brought a certain type of person to the channel. And sometimes the people that were coming to the channel, while that was popular and people were searching for it, those people are there for the topic and not who's delivering it. So they may enjoy it, but when they're done with the viewer, they leave.
Yeah.
So like if you're not making that connection, especially if you're doing things that you're not truly passionate about, you won't make that connection. And the most important kind of fan, or anyone that can watch your stuff, is people who you have a connection with. So just don't be very, I guess, take caution if you
can
do too many
cater to
popular
people,
things.
but
Yeah.
you should still cater within your interest.
Never
And this
lose
is
yourself. Yeah.
different for art too, because like if I'm drawing for a fandom that's popular, like for me to take a couple hours to draw a picture to like toss out to new fandom, it's not like I don't like drawing. I don't know. But I could see with like games and YouTube channels, like I don't run a YouTube channel, so I guess branding your YouTube channel could be a lot different than what I do.
Also, like, pro life tip, but pro tip for the internet, be yourself. People who create characters online, God bless them, they put in so much extra work to maintain, because then they are that person. They've created, I am now...
Dr. Disrespect.
Yeah, like whatever character they've created, that's who people see them as.
Yeah.
And so at conventions, I have friends who will go to conventions and people will like get in their face because they're like a wacky character online, but they're not who that person is in real life.
Yeah.
Yeah, just being yourself, and I think especially streaming, it goes a long way to
It's
show
way more
people.
enjoyable if you're yourself too.
Yeah.
Like when I stream, I'm
Yeah.
pretty much exactly this way. Like I don't even care, and that could be a good thing sometimes and a bad thing. It's just
Well,
it's
and
all
some
clipped
people,
regardless.
Like whenever I started, like I said, I didn't really know what I was doing. I was going to go to law school, and then I was going to be an eye doctor. So
Wait,
I kind of
what?
had no. Yeah, I worked at an eye clinic for like 6 months while doing YouTube, and I was debating on going into weird paths my
Yeah.
life took. But a lot of people don't know what they want to do. Like, whenever we're all in school, we take these little tests in junior high. They're like, you'd make a good farmer, serial killer, or doctor. And it's like, pick one. I guess I'll go with farmer. I don't know.
Picked
And, like,
wrong.
I literally took a test like in 8th grade that like told me what I might be good at. And so from that, I was like, oh, Law. I enjoy the show Law and Order. I could do that. Sure. So yeah, I actually went for like 8 years. My high school and college career was like all pre-law, ready to go to law school. And then I saw what real lawyers do, which is literally like paperwork. And it was just like, this doesn't seem that exciting. All of a sudden, like I thought it was gonna be like Judge Judy type stuff, where I get to like go up there and yell, and someone's like, "Oh!" and I'm like, "Yeah!" But instead, it's like, "All right, fill this out and pay me." Cool, $5,000. Like, yeah, no, the money'd be nice, but it cost me my soul. And some people can do it. I couldn't. I need to talk a lot, in case you couldn't tell. But even when I started YouTube, it's like I tried playing the game of what's new, what's hot, let's jump on it right away. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't know what I enjoyed. And it's come to find out I enjoy playing with my friends and just kind of sticking with whatever makes me smile and laugh and sometimes rage. And that's just what worked for me. So if you don't know what you want to do and you try out different things, that's fine. You don't have to stick with it. Even if something gets you attention, like a FNAF type game, if you blow up with a FNAF type game and it brings you those views, you don't have to stick with it just because people are yelling at you to switch. Keep doing what you want, and those that stick around for you are going to stick around for you. If they don't, then it's not going to matter anyway, because in 6 months, when the next FNAF type game comes out and you don't play it, they're going to leave anyway. So
I think the thing about the character thing too. So if you do build a persona online as a character, you are that character.
Yeah.
You can't abandon it, because I mean people will become accustomed to how that person reacts to things, their interests. But if that's you ever want to leave that, people aren't going to know who you are. So it's like if you choose to build up a character, and like there are people who do it very well, and props to them. But like you'll balance your personal life with who you are as an actual person, with who you are as a character. And that's like when
Boogie
people
does it well. Boogie has himself,
yeah,
and he
his
has
friends,
his
yeah.
persona. Like he does that as like a side thing. He's
But
not always Francis.
he might do it well. I don't know that his audience does it well.
that's
Like,
true.
Boogie's can make that balance, but a lot of the times his audience will not see that balance.
See, the first ever video I saw of Boogie was a Francis video, and I didn't know, and I saw it, I was like, is he okay?
Right. And I think, and it's one of those things where I think he's a great example where no matter how well on our side of like the screen we think we've managed it, on the other side there's still people who cannot make that distinction.
That's true.
And so it's just like, thank God I just stuck with my name.
Yeah,
Like,
people-
and I don't have to worry about that stuff.
People will probably find Francis first, and because they'll probably come up
Absolutely.
as a recommended video, they'll watch 2 or 3 Francis videos and like, oh, that was funny, then leave. And then from that point forward, Boogie is Francis. No matter if he like, so when they see a serious vlog pop up, about his his journey with weight loss or anything that's really happening, like they can be like, what? Like what? Like what happened? There's a disconnect.
And I'll be real, those are some of his best videos.
Yeah.
So. Just saying. Yeah, it's definitely an interesting thing to see how everyone approaches the creation of their channel. But I would say a pro level tip is something that you mentioned, which is play with other people. You can start out by yourself as much as you want, but the way to grow is by playing with other people. And to know sort of who those accessible people are, because there's a lot of times where someone will be like, well, in order to grow, I've got to do a collab with this person and this person. Like,
And that's totally false. Like, if
Yeah.
you've got good friends that you play with and have a good camaraderie with,
That's
and
where
good
it's at.
banter with. I mean, the reason people love Drunk Minecraft was because Mark and Bob and I knew each other, and we weren't afraid to give each other hell, or
Yep.
we knew each other's boundaries, so we knew how to make those videos without having to try, because it was literally just our friendship online, and that's what people clung to. They want to see real friendships. If you get into a collab with Mark tomorrow, it's not going to be the same because he doesn't know, you as well or whatever else. Like, you don't want to just jump in. I've played with people I don't know, and it's turned out okay. But my favorite things are with people that I'm good friends with, because that banter is genuine, and I think that comes off in the videos too.
Yep.
So collabing, get to know people that you want to work with, or do it with friends. That's to me is a great way to have genuine content that people are gonna be like, because people like that. They want that real friendship. When you watch shows on TV and it's like, oh, I hope Clark and Lois can't or get married. I ship them, and I want it's like, it feels like a genuine connection. So if it's already genuine, you don't have to pretend. There's nothing fake about it. You know it's a real friendship. And then when they fight, it's like, oh, they really do hate each other like that. Like, you know?
Yeah. I think that's the best strategy is to start off with people in your corner, so you're not by yourself.
Yeah.
It's very simple to do it that way. Also, important news update. Hentai Senpai, not only does it exist, but it's a held account.
Oh, it's squatted.
It's squatted on by AAA. No tweets, no likes, no nothing. We should fight for that.
Okay.
$5,000 you can have it.
We need to petition
Do
Twitter.
they follow anybody? Like,
No, they follow no. It's just someone squatted on the account because they know how valuable it is. We're getting it.
Man.
Today I'm gonna reach out.
It's taken 5
Like,
years for me to
guys.
think of that. Well, then again, I just learned what hentai was last year. I confused the words hentai and henna for...
Whoa! Whoa!
Yeah.
How's that worked out?
It was
Wait a minute.
awful. So at another convention I went to, there was this competition.
I have hentai tattoos all over my hands.
The loser of the competition had to get a temporary tattoo. But I had spent all day saying, oh yeah, if we lose tonight, we gotta get a hentai tattoo. And I'm talking to 8-year-old children in front of their parents. And I'm just completely oblivious the whole time, calmly saying this. And then finally, at the end of the day, someone's like, you do know what hentai is, right? I was like, yeah, temporary. I got it. And they're like, let me show you. And then I learned. And I've not made the same mistake since. But no, I genuinely did not know the difference until last June. A year and a half ago.
You're
My
so
life was-
sweet. So sweet and innocent.
Was. I saw things that day. Things that I... Don't Google that, please.
Too late.
Oh, boy. Is there a bar here? Do we have time? Do we have time for much?
Does anyone have a very short question?
Like why or what? Looks like we might have one.
Who? He's doing it.
This is a little off topic, but Jesse, would you ever consider doing more pro gamer manager?
No. There's some games that don't need to be played again ever. Don't play that game. It's terrible.
Thank you for that short question.
That was a very short
nice
question.
yes or no.
Good work. Well, there was a hand right there. Yes.
Just yes.
shout it.
Just shout it.
Never mind.
Do you guys have any advice on how to get inspiration for something? Like if you're just having this.
What do you like to do?
I'm a game developer.
Stream yourself working on game development.
Yeah.
I was actually just thinking of that idea while you guys were talking.
Okay, so I actually have. So if you're a game developer, recently there has been a huge surge on YouTube of videos about the game development process from the perspective of YouTubers who don't know what it is, and you can see how much people are into it. So there was a post going around about was it Zero Horizon or that game where they had the culling in the game where it's like the camera panning and stuff is disappearing, and see how many people were crazy about that. And my good friend of mine.
This is what I talked about last hour. Oh, it's coming full circle.
So the good thing about so I have a friend named She Says. He has a series called Boundary Break, where he takes an in-game camera and just shows stuff that you can't get to. And look how much attention. I mean, that stuff blew up, and people just love it because a lot of people don't understand the game design process. But if you're a game designer, you don't think of it as interesting from the perspective of someone who has no idea what it is. So every single part of the game design process has merit, and people would love it, whether it be the textures, the models, actually laying out the maps, even talking about what collision is in games. Like, what's collision?
I was.
Sitting in front of the camera and probably rambling about your ideas as they come out.
Yeah,
People love
but
that.
show them, don't tell them, because I think there's a connection, and I really just think the whole game design process is so intriguing to people who don't understand it, and you'll be surprised. You will probably inspire some of the next generation of game designers.
There's a lot of game dev stuff on Twitch right now too. There's actually a lot of game dev communities in particular. I sometimes stream from work when I'm working on texturing or a lot of the No Mercy game. we're working on, I was just streaming into the game dev channels, and people are asking questions about Unity and colliders and stuff. And sometimes it's fun to take a break from work and be like, yeah, I'll show you how all these colliders are set up. And like, it's just the people interested in it are really interested in it, and it can be a really cool way to build up a community too.
So I actually have. So how many people in here would love to give YouTube or Twitch a go? You can raise your hand. Because I also want to. I think a big part of like a content creation panel is like people always want to know. Like, you know, we talked about getting started and chasing your inspirations and stuff like that. But I also feel like to some degree people still have the big question: how do I get started? How do you take that first step? Like, what are the things you should do? I know we have about 10 minutes left, but I think
Nope, not even.
We're probably at negative
He's
time
like,
now.
he's like, I said short question 2 questions ago.
What time do people have to exit?
5 minutes ago.
Now.
Yeah, because we set up the panel at 2:30. We don't have to. So, okay.
You can literally record a video on your phone, and there's a YouTube Creator Studio app where you can upload it to YouTube.
You can stream to Twitch.
It's
from your
that
phone.
simple to start. I mean, you can always make videos unlisted too if you don't want to make them public, and that way you can just start uploading stuff and practicing. And if you don't like it, or if you want to release it later and be like, "Look at me 2 years ago, I was all like, hi, I'm scared. Oh, what a baby!" Like, you know, you can always make fun of yourself.
Like another thing is like list out your passions. You may not have a direction you want to go in. Figure out what your passions are, where you want to. I mean, like what do you enjoy? But then also think about long term. Like, will I enjoy this if I have to make this into, I guess, a video career path? Because eventually, like, if you pick something and then you eventually get to the grind of it, like, there are Minecraft channels who people love building in Minecraft, but then they got so sick of Minecraft because they were making videos of it. That kind of goes back to the inspiration thing,
Sky
too.
just quit.
Yeah, Sky
shut
just
down
quit.
his channel and started.
It wasn't even like a warning. He's just like, he powered everything down. He's like, I'm done. But I think align to an inspiration, because if you're not passionate about it, then people will be able to tell right away. But also, like, you'll want to make the video. So it doesn't matter the quality. You'll still enjoy the fact that, like, you're putting something together and you will grow from it. So align it to one of your interests, list them out, dabble. You can also experiment too. Just because you make a gaming video doesn't mean you have to stay a gaming YouTuber if you're starting out. Because, like, you haven't found your foundation yet. You can make that gaming video and you might be like, actually, I'm not interested in this. Maybe I'll try doing a review of a movie. Maybe I'll try doing some vlogs. Like, until you give it a whirl, you will not know what is actually fun. I mean, even for me, like, when I went to college, I thought I wanted to be a 3D animator. I got in my first 3D animation class. I'm like, I'm done. I'm out. Like, same thing for content creation. Like, you are not going to know until you get your feet wet, and you have to give your feet wet to find out.
Experiment. Do crazy things. One of my first videos literally is the children's TV show Yo Gabba Gabba with Kanye West music playing over it, edited together to make it look like people are singing it. It is trash. But just go nuts, make things.
Yeah.
Just create.
I think before they throw us out, though, we're going to have to wrap up. So, yeah, thank you guys for coming out. Appreciate it.
Good luck, everybody.